Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. Let me start with a question. Have you ever stopped to consider how powerful your attitude truly is? We often hear the phrase attitude is everything, but do we fully understand why? Simon Sinek, who has inspired so many with his approach to leadership and human behavior, often emphasizes the importance of starting with why, and when it comes to attitude, the first step is understanding why your attitude matters. Attitude is not just something that happens to you, it's a reflection of the values and purpose you hold within. When you understand why you feel the way you do, you unlock the ability to choose a mindset that serves you and others best. This brings me to the first key point: attitude shapes perception. Your attitude affects how you see the world and, in turn, how the world sees you. When you approach challenges with optimism, you're more likely to see opportunities rather than obstacles. Imagine walking into a difficult situation with the mindset that this too shall pass. You're no longer a victim to the circumstances, you become the architect of your response. You start looking for solutions instead of focusing on problems. That's the power of attitude. But here's something even more profound: your attitude has a ripple effect. Just as a single stone can create ripples on the surface of a pond, a positive attitude creates ripples in the lives of those around you. People are drawn to those who radiate optimism, confidence, and resilience. As Simon Sinek so often reminds us, leadership is not about the position you hold, it's about the influence you have. And nothing influences more powerfully than the attitude you bring into every room, every meeting, and every conversation. Your attitude doesn't just affect you, it impacts everyone around you. Now, let's talk about leadership. Attitude and leadership are inseparable. Leadership isn't just about making decisions, it's about creating an environment where people feel safe, valued, and empowered. A leader with a positive attitude fosters trust, builds relationships, and inspires others to take action. That's why we follow people who seem to light up a room. They bring a sense of hope and possibility, no matter the challenge. This is exactly what Simon Sinek talks about when he says leaders must inspire others to believe in something bigger than themselves. A great leader's attitude shapes the culture of the team, and that culture is what drives success. One of the most powerful things about attitude is that it's a choice. Every day we get to choose our mindset. We have the power to control how we respond to challenges, setbacks, and even the most difficult situations. It's easy to blame external factors for how we feel. But the real power lies in our ability to choose a positive attitude, no matter what. When we choose to see the best in situations, we gain control over our reactions and the direction our lives take. And finally, let's talk about resilience. Attitude is the key to resilience in adversity. Life is full of challenges, but it's not the challenges that define us, it's how we respond to them. As Simon Sinek says, if it's not worth the effort, it's not worth the effort, it's not worth doing. The challenges we face are part of the process of growing and learning. It's your attitude that helps you bounce back from failure, persist through hardships, and continue to push forward. Without a positive attitude, even the smallest setback can seem insurmountable. But with a resilient attitude, failure becomes just another step toward success. In closing, I want you to remember this: your attitude is within your control. It's the one thing in life that no one can take from you. And when you choose to cultivate a positive attitude, you not only change your own life, you change the lives of everyone you interact with. Your attitude has the power to transform challenges into opportunities, to inspire those around you, and to lead with purpose. So as you walk out of here today, ask yourself, what attitude will I choose to bring into the world? The power is yours. It's a pleasure to be here today. Let me start by asking you a simple question. Have you ever really stopped to think about the power of your attitude? We hear the phrase attitude is everything often, but do we truly understand why that is? Simon Sinek, the renowned leadership expert, encourages us to start with why in everything we do. And when it comes to attitude, the first step is understanding why your attitude matters. Your attitude is not just a reaction to what's happening around you. It's a reflection of what's happening inside of you. It's deeply rooted in your values, your beliefs, and your purpose. When you understand why you feel the way you do, you unlock the ability to control how you react to the world. Attitude isn't just something that happens to you, it's something you actively choose. And this is where the power lies. When you understand your own why, you can start to intentionally shape your attitude rather than letting circumstances shape it for you. For example, If you understand that your purpose is to make a positive impact in the lives of others, then you'll approach challenges not with frustration, but with a mindset of perseverance and opportunity. And understanding your why empowers you to respond with resilience no matter the external situation. When you start with why, you set the foundation for everything else. It's the key that unlocks your ability to control your perspective. Without understanding why your attitude matters, you're left at the mercy of life's ups and downs. But once you grasp your why, it's as if you've tapped into a well of inner strength and clarity, and that clarity drives everything you do. In fact, this understanding of why you think and feel the way you do impacts how you interact with the world and with others. By starting with why, you set yourself up to be a beacon of hope and inspiration to those around you. When you lead from a place of purpose, your attitude naturally becomes an instrument of positive change, both for yourself and for the people you touch. So when you wake up every day, ask yourself, what's my why today? It will guide you in choosing the attitude that will serve you and those around you best, setting the tone for everything that follows. When we talk about the power of attitude, it's important to recognize how deeply it shapes our perception of the world around us. Our attitude acts like a lens through which we view everything, from our daily interactions to the challenges and opportunities that life throws at us. It's easy to forget this, but how we choose to see the world can radically change our experience of it. For example, think about a difficult situation, perhaps a project at work that's not going as planned, or personal setback that's testing your patience. If you approach it with a negative attitude, you'll likely focus on everything that's wrong, the things that are not working, the mistakes that have been made, and the roadblocks ahead. This kind of attitude makes you feel stuck, helpless, and frustrated. The problem doesn't just seem bigger, it becomes bigger in your mind. You can become overwhelmed by your own perception, unable to see any way out. But when you shift your attitude, you see things in an entirely different light. The same challenge, when viewed through the lens of a positive or growth-oriented attitude, can be seen as an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow. With a shift in perspective, you might see new solutions, approaches you hadn't thought of before, or even discover hidden strengths within yourself and your team. Your attitude directly influences whether you're focused on obstacles or opportunities, on failure or growth. The key to this shift is recognizing that your attitude doesn't just shape how you see things, it also shapes how you feel about them. With a positive attitude, the things you once saw as struggles can turn into stepping stones. You begin to believe that every setback is just a setup for something greater. This ability to change your perception is incredibly powerful because it helps you maintain focus on the things that truly matter, even when things get tough. This shift in perception has ripple effects on the people around you too. When you approach life with a positive attitude, your energy is contagious. You bring a sense of possibility and hope to those you interact with, encouraging them to adopt a more constructive outlook themselves. This is why attitude is so important. It doesn't just shape your experience, it shapes the experience of everyone you encounter. When you change how you perceive the world, you help others see it in a new, more hopeful light as well. The power of attitude in shaping perception is not just about optimism or being overly positive, it's about framing challenges in a way that keeps you moving forward. It's about choosing to see the potential for growth and learning in every situation. By changing your attitude, you're not just changing your perception of the world, you're changing the world's perception of you. One of the most fascinating aspects of attitude is the ripple effect it creates. Just like a single stone thrown into a calm pond sends ripples across the water, a single person's attitude can create a wave of influence that spreads far beyond them. It may seem subtle at first, but the impact is far-reaching, affecting everyone in its path, often in ways we don't even realize. When you walk into a room, the energy you bring with you, your attitude sets the tone for the entire environment. If you bring a positive, optimistic attitude, it's likely to inspire those around you. People will sense your confidence and feel more at ease. They may become more engaged, more motivated, or more open to collaboration. This is not just wishful thinking, it's the natural consequence of the human desire to connect with others and draw strength from one another's energy. The ripple effect happens in leadership too. As a leader, the attitude you project directly impacts the culture you build within your team. If you approach challenges with resilience, optimism, and a problem-solving mindset, your team will adopt the same approach. They will mirror your attitude, and together, you create a culture of support, growth, and positivity. Conversely, if a leader consistently projects negativity, frustration, or defeat, those feelings can permeate the team, dampening morale and reducing productivity. A leader's attitude is contagious in both good and bad ways. But the ripple effect doesn't just happen within a team or group, it can spread into families, communities, and even society at large. Consider the impact of one person's attitude in a family. A parent who chooses to face each day with patience, understanding, and optimism creates an environment where children feel supported and secure. These children grow up to carry that positive attitude with them, influencing their friends, their colleagues, and their friends, their colleagues, and their own families. In this way, a simple choice of attitude can create generational shifts, passing down optimism and resilience to future generations. At a community level, the effect can be even more profound. When individuals within a community adopt a positive, proactive attitude, the entire atmosphere of the community begins to change. Problems that once seemed insurmountable become more manageable when people approach them with a sense of collective responsibility and optimism. It's in these moments when people come together with a shared mindset that communities thrive and grow stronger. The beauty of the ripple effect is that it isn't always something we can easily measure or predict. You may never know the full extent of the impact your attitude has on someone else's life. But one thing is for sure, when you choose to approach life with a positive, constructive attitude, you set off a chain reaction that can inspire and uplift those around you. In a world where negativity and division can sometimes feel overwhelming, the simple act of choosing to spread positivity can make all the difference. What's incredible is that the ripple effect is not limited to just large actions or grand gestures. Sometimes the smallest act, like offering a kind word, staying calm in a difficult situation, or showing empathy, can set off a ripple that has lasting consequences. This is how powerful attitude truly is. It doesn't just affect you, it touches everyone in your orbit, changing the way they see the world and, in turn, changing how they influence others. When you recognize the ripple effect of your attitude, it becomes clear that the choice of how you show up in the world matters not just for you, but for everyone you come into contact with. The energy you bring is felt and echoed, creating a world where attitudes and actions align to inspire change, foster connection, and build a better future. Attitude and leadership are inextricably linked. Leadership is not defined solely by the authority or position you hold, but by the influence you have on others. One of the most powerful ways a leader influences those around them is through their attitude. A leader's attitude is contagious. It shakes the atmosphere of a team, determines the morale of its members, and ultimately drives the culture of an organization. Leadership is about more than making decisions or issuing commands. It's about creating an environment where people feel safe, valued, and motivated to contribute their best. If a leader consistently demonstrates a positive attitude, it creates an environment where others feel empowered. This is because people follow leaders who inspire trust and confidence. A leader who approaches challenges with optimism and resilience shows their team that setbacks are just part of the process and that there is always a way forward. This attitude reassures others that even in difficult times, there is hope and a path to success. Conversely, when a leader carries a negative or defeatist attitude, it can quickly spread throughout the team. A leader who is constantly frustrated, doubtful, or reactive creates a climate of fear and uncertainty. When team members see their leader giving up or becoming discouraged, they may feel disillusioned or even demotivated, leading to a decline in performance and engagement. A leader's attitude sets the tone, and when that tone is negative, it can have a far-reaching impact on the team's ability to function effectively. A great leader understands that their attitude directly impacts how their team reacts, both in terms of performance and morale. It's about more than just being positive for the sake of it. It's about aligning your attitude with the values of the organization and the goals of the team. A leader with a clear purpose and strong sense of direction can instill the same sense of purpose in their team through the power of their attitude. When people feel that their work matters and they see their leader embody that belief, they become more motivated and engaged in their tasks. Attitude also plays a significant role in how a leader navigates adversity. Every leader faces challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. The difference between a leader who inspires and one who falters lies in how they respond to those challenges. A leader with a growth mindset, who views obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow, will inspire their team to approach difficulties in the same way. On the other hand, a leader who gets discouraged by setbacks or reacts defensively can create a culture of fear where mistakes are avoided and learning is stifled. Furthermore, leadership is about bringing people together to achieve a shared vision. This vision becomes more compelling when it is framed with a positive, forward-looking attitude. A leader who consistently demonstrates enthusiasm, confidence, and passion for the mission inspires their team to feel the same way. They create an environment where people are excited to contribute, where collaboration thrives, and where everyone feels they are part of something greater than themselves. The connection between attitude and leadership is also reflected in how leaders handle success. A positive, humble attitude allows leaders to acknowledge the contributions of their team and celebrate victories together. This recognition fosters a sense of pride and unity within the group. When leaders express gratitude and appreciation, they not only elevate the spirits of their team members, but also reinforce the behaviors and attitudes that contribute to collective success. Ultimately, leadership and attitude are inseparable because a leader's attitude defines the environment they create. A positive, empowered attitude leads to trust, innovation, and a strong sense of community, while a negative attitude can lead to disengagement, confusion, and division. Leadership is about guiding others, and your attitude is the compass that guides them. When you lead with a clear, positive attitude, you inspire others to do the same, creating a culture where people feel valued, supported, and motivated to achieve great things together. One of the most powerful aspects of attitude is the simple truth that it is a choice. No matter what challenges or circumstances you face, the attitude you choose to adopt is entirely within your control. This realization is incredibly empowering because it means that in any given situation, you are not helpless. Your mindset is not determined by external events, but by the internal decisions you make every day. The power of choice lies in your ability to decide how to respond to what happens to you, rather than letting the events themselves dictate your emotional and mental state. This ability to choose your attitude is something that separates those who thrive from those who struggle. Life can throw curveballs at anyone, whether it's a setback in your career, a personal hardship, or an unexpected change. But how you choose to perceive and react to those situations makes all the difference. When you approach challenges with a growth mindset, believing that every obstacle is an opportunity to learn and improve, you are actively choosing to focus on what you can control. By doing so, you transform what could have been a discouraging situation into a stepping stone toward greater resilience and success. It's important to understand that choosing your attitude doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending that difficulties don't exist. It's not about wearing rose-colored glasses and avoiding the hard truths of life. Instead, it's about acknowledging the reality of a situation and choosing to approach it with a mindset that empowers you. For example, you might be facing a difficult project at work, but rather than becoming overwhelmed or stressed, you can choose to view it as a challenge that pushes you to grow and improve. This simple shift in perspective helps you stay focused, positive, and proactive, even when the going gets tough. The power of choice also extends to how we interact with others. Every day we are presented with countless opportunities to choose how we respond to people. We can choose to be kind, patient, and empathetic, or we can react out of frustration, anger, or impatience. The attitude we choose to bring into our interactions affects not only our own experience, but also the experience of those around us. When we choose to show understanding and compassion, we build stronger relationships, create trust, and foster a sense of community. But when we choose negativity or defensiveness, we contribute to tension and division. Moreover, the power of choice in shaping our attitude extends beyond our individual lives. It has a profound impact on the environments and cultures we create. In the workplace, for example, when leaders consciously choose to maintain a positive and constructive attitude, they set the tone for their teams. A leader who chooses to focus on solutions rather than problems, on opportunities rather than obstacles, creates a work culture where people feel empowered and motivated to give their best. In contrast, a leader who chooses to focus on failures and shortcomings breeds a culture of fear, disengagement, and stagnation. The same principle applies to our personal lives. The attitude we choose impacts our relationships, our family dynamics, and even our health. Studies have shown that individuals with a positive attitude tend to experience better physical health and emotional well-being. This is because choosing a positive attitude reduces stress, promotes healthier coping mechanisms, and helps individuals stay resilient in the face of adversity. In the same way, adopting a positive attitude towards yourself can transform your self-esteem and self-worth. By choosing to see yourself in a positive light, you give yourself the confidence and strength to face challenges head-on. The power of choice means that you are not a passive observer in your own life. You are the active creator of your experiences. By choosing the attitude you adopt, you take control of how you approach life, how you interact with others, and how you deal with setbacks and challenges. You are not at the mercy of external forces. Instead, you hold the key to your own mindset. When you embrace the power of choice, you empower yourself to respond to life's circumstances in a way that brings out the best in you and those around you. It's in the simple, daily decisions to choose positivity, resilience, and growth that we shape the lives we lead. Resilience in adversity is one of the most defining characteristics of those who succeed, not just in their careers but in life itself. Adversity is an inevitable part of the human experience. It comes in many forms, whether it's a personal crisis, a professional setback, or a challenge that seems insurmountable at the time. The difference between those who thrive and those who falter in the face of adversity is the resilience they demonstrate. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship, but rather about how we respond to it. When life challenges us, our initial reaction is often emotional fear, frustration, or even despair. These reactions are natural and valid, but it's in how we move past them that resilience is truly forged. Resilience doesn't mean that you're unaffected by hardship, or that you're impervious to the emotional weight that comes with difficult times. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Resilience means you have the ability to acknowledge and feel the difficulty, yet refuse to let it define or limit you. It's the capacity to acknowledge that things are tough, but to believe with unwavering certainty that you have the strength to push forward, learn, and adapt. The key to resilience lies in your attitude, the choice to maintain a positive or constructive outlook, even when things are challenging. Resilient individuals don't allow adversity to dictate their future. Instead, they approach challenges with a mindset of growth, seeing every setback as an opportunity to learn and improve. When faced with obstacles, they don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, they ask, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in perspective is essential because it allows them to focus on the opportunities within the struggle. They don't see adversity as the end of the road, but as a part of the process of becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable. Resilience also involves emotional regulation, the ability to manage negative emotions and not let them take over. In the face of hardship, it's easy to become overwhelmed by feelings of defeat, anger, or helplessness. But resilient individuals recognize these emotions, process them, and move beyond them. They don't suppress their feelings, but rather they channel them into productive actions. This emotional strength doesn't just help them cope with adversity, it allows them to rise above it, transforming emotional energy into motivation and determination. One of the most important aspects of resilience is the ability to adapt. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and the unexpected will always come. Resilient individuals are not rigid in their thinking or attached to a single outcome. Instead, they stay flexible, adjusting their approach to fit the situation. This adaptability is crucial because adversity rarely unfolds the way we expect it to. The person who remains fixed on a single solution or path will struggle more in the face of change. But those who are resilient are able to pivot, change course, and keep moving forward, even if the journey looks different from what they originally envisioned. Equally important is the support system we surround ourselves with during times of adversity. Resilience doesn't mean going it alone. In fact, one of the hallmarks of resilient people is their ability to reach out for support when needed. They understand that strength doesn't come from isolation, but from connection. Whether it's friends, family, colleagues, or mentors, the people who care about us provide invaluable encouragement, advice, and perspective during difficult times. Resilience often involves knowing when to ask for help, and accepting that support is not a sign of weakness, but a strength. Another crucial aspect of resilience in adversity is purpose. Those who have a strong sense of purpose, whether it's a personal goal, a professional aspiration, or a commitment to something larger than themselves, are more likely to persevere in difficult times. A sense of purpose acts as a guiding light when everything else seems dark. It provides direction and motivation even when the going gets tough. Resilient people use their purpose as a foundation to bounce back from setbacks, drawing on it for strength and focus when facing challenges. Resilience is not a trait that you're born with, but a skill that you can develop over time. It requires practice, self-awareness, and the willingness to face discomfort. It means pushing forward even when the path is uncertain and difficult. It's about taking small steps every day to build mental, emotional, and physical strength. And while resilience doesn't eliminate the difficulties we face, it enables us to navigate them with a sense of confidence and determination. In the end, resilience is not just about surviving adversity, it's about using it to become better, stronger, and more capable. It's about knowing that every challenge, every hardship, and every setback is a part of the journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. The ability to face adversity with resilience doesn't just help you overcome the moment, it equips you with the tools and mindset to tackle whatever comes next. It's this resilience that ultimately shapes the way we experience life, transforming obstacles into opportunities, hardships into lessons, and challenges into triumphs. In conclusion, the power of attitude, resilience, and the choices we make shapes not only our personal journey, but the impact we have on the world around us. Life will inevitably present challenges, and we cannot always control the circumstances we face. But we do have control over how we respond. The attitude we choose determines how we perceive obstacles, how we interact with others, and how we rise from adversity. By embracing resilience in the face of hardship, understanding the power of our choices, and leading with a positive, growth-oriented mindset, we unlock the ability to transform every setback into an opportunity for growth. Remember, resilience is not about avoiding difficulty, but about learning to navigate it with strength, grace, and determination. Ultimately, our attitude is a choice, and it is one of the most powerful tools we possess. So let's choose wisely. Let's choose resilience, optimism, and a mindset of growth. For it is through our attitude and our resilience that we truly shape the lives we live, the people we become, and the positive impact we have on others. Thank you.